process an application, visit the Service Plus website, click on Login, enter the user credentials that have been shared with you, enter the CAPTCHA that you see on the screen and click on Login. On the home screen, click on Message box under the menu section. Click on Inbox. Select the service. In this video, we are looking at support to farmers for broiler, 500 birds capacity. Select the task as joint verification led by veterinary officer. Filter applications on the basis of dates. You can select the start date and the end date. You can also use the application number to filter out applications. Next, click on Get Data. Select the application that you want to process. Click on Pull. You can see the processing history of this application under View Processing History. You can see that the applicant had submitted his application. You can view his application form. You can view the different details that had been filled by the applicant. You can view the different documents that have been attached by the applicant. Once you are satisfied with the details, you can forward the application to the CD view. If you think that the applicant has not submitted the correct details, you can send it back to the applicant for resubmission of documents. You can enter the reason for rejection. You can enter the remarks and click on Submit. If you think that the applicant had submitted correct details, you can send it to the CD view. Click on Decision on Application by CD view. Click on CD view Angul. You can attach any documents that you want or enter any sort of remarks that you want to. Under Initial Field Verification Report, select the date of verification. Enter the name of the farmer, address of the broiler unit, mode of finance. Next, upload 2 geotagged pictures. Next, enter the details of the block inspection team. Select the designation, enter the name. Once all relevant details have been filled, click on Submit. You can view the different geotagged pictures that you had submitted and submit the application. The application has been processed by the BVO and will now be given to CDVO. We will now see how the CDVO processes the application as the next step. The CDVO must go to Service Plus website, click on Login, enter the details that have been shared with him or her, enter the CAPTCHA, to process applications, he must again visit Message box and click on Inbox. Select the service. Select the task name, which is Decision on Application by CDVO. He can use the different filters, the start date or end date, to filter out applications. To process the application, click on Pull against the application number. You can view the different steps in the history of the application. The first step being application submission by the citizen, Second, joint verification led by veterinary officer. And finally here, decision on application by CDVO. If the CDVO feels that the application details are correct and verification led by the veterinary officer is correct, the CDVO can forward the application. If he thinks that the BVO needs to verify the details again, he must click on re-verification. If the details are correct, he must click on the next step, which is applicant notifies phase 1 completion for subsidy. He can enter remarks if needed. Can enter his name, designation, and click on submit. At this step, the portal will automatically release a go ahead letter, which can be viewed using this button. The CDVO can download this go ahead letter for his or her reference, save it in his computer, the go ahead letter has all the details that have been entered by the applicant. It also has the name of the CDVO, designation, and a QR code to protect. Once satisfied with the details, the CDVO can submit the application. This application has been now processed by the CDVO. We will now see how this appears to the applicant. The applicant will log in using his or her own credentials. On the home screen, he will visit the View Status of Application section, track his application status, he will search for his or her application using the application number or by filtering out the dates. At this step, the applicant can see the status of his application. He can see the go-ahead letter that has been issued by the CDVO, and he can download this and keep with himself. At this step, the applicant will notify the completion of phase 1 by clicking on click here to proceed. The applicant notifies completion of construction of the shed with necessary infrastructure and is inviting the veterinary officer to visit his or her farm for asset verification. Once the applicant notifies completion of phase 1, the BVO will be notified of this. The BVO will log in using his credentials. Once he has logged in, he will go to message box, click on inbox, select the service, select the task name as asset verification led by veterinary officer phase 1. He will select the application, click on pull. He can view processing history, verify the dates on which different steps were performed. Once he goes to the field for asset verification, he can come back and fill these details such as the name of the farmer, address of the farmer, type of shed constructed. Select if the farmer is eligible for subsidy. Upload 2 geotagged pictures of the farm after the shed has been constructed. For training purposes, I am attaching sample pictures. Next, he will click on forward and send it to the ADVO for further scrutiny. He can choose to upload documents if he wants to, or enter remarks. Once the BVO has submitted or processed the application, it will now go to the ADVO. The ADVO will log in using his credentials. He will click on message box, click on inbox, select the service, select the task as scrutiny and recommendation by ADVO LP phase 1. He will click on get data and pull the application. He will view the processing history, look at different documents that have been attached at different steps, such as joint verification, go ahead letter issued, verification done by veterinary officer phase 1. Once he is satisfied with all details, he will click on forward and send it to the CDVO. He can add his comments here and attach any documents if needed. Once the ADVO submits this and has processed the application, it will go to the CDVO. The CDVO will log in using his or her own credentials. Click on message box, inbox, select the service, select the task as approval by CDVO for release of subsidy under phase 1. Click on get data, select the application for which he wants to process, click on pull. He can again view the processing history, check for details by different officers at different steps. Once satisfied, he can choose to forward the application. He can select the mode of payment for of the subsidy, select the date of disbursement, the amount of disbursement, enter the amount in words, he can enter the beneficiary bank account number, the IFSC code, bank name and branch name, and click on submit. Once he has submitted all the details, a document will be generated by the portal with details of all the bank account details of the beneficiary as well as the amount of subsidy disbursed. The CDVO may download this document and keep it for his or her reference. This document has details of the beneficiary, the amount disbursed, mode of payment, name of the CDVO and designation, etc. Once processed, the CDVO clicks on submit. Once the CDVO has processed this application, the citizen will be notified. He may click on login, enter using his own credentials. He may track his application in the view status of application section. He may click on track application status. He may filter the dates to select or to filter the applications. He can view the different details of tasks. He can also access the release of subsidy phase 1 document, go ahead letter and acknowledgement slip at this stage. Once he has completed phase 2 construction, he may click here to proceed. Once the citizen has completed stocking of unit, as per the go ahead letter issued by the CDVO, he will request the veterinary officer to visit his farm for asset verification again. Once he has notified the veterinary officer to visit the farm, he may log out. Now, the veterinary officer or the BVO will be notified of completion of phase 2 construction. He may visit the message box section, click on inbox, select the service, select the task name as asset verification led by veterinary officer phase 2, filter using the date filters. He may also use the application reference number and enter the same here to quickly filter the application. He may click on pull, view the processing history to verify the details. Once he has verified the assets, he may click on forward and send it to AD&VS. He can attach any sort of documents that he wants to and enter any remarks. He may enter the details of asset verification conducted by him, eligible for subsidy, number of birds, source of procurement of chicks, procurement date, approximate age of the birds, upload geotagged pictures. Again, for reference, I am attaching sample pictures. He may also attach receipt of procurement. Click on submit. Once BVO has submitted the verification, it will be sent to the AD&VS for verification and scrutiny. The AD&VS will log in using his or her own credentials. Click on message box, inbox, select the service, select the task as scrutiny and recommendation by AD&VS LP phase 2. Click on pull, view processing history, verify the details at every step. Once satisfied, click on forward and send it to the CDVO. You may attach any sort of documents required and enter remarks if any. Click on submit. The application has been processed by the AD&VS. Now, the CDVO will log in using his credentials. Click on message box, click on inbox, select the service, select the task as final approval by CDVO for release of subsidy under phase 2. Click on pull, view processing history, verify different details by clicking on forwarded or completed. Once satisfied with all the details, the CDVO will reject or deliver the service. He may select the payment mode, the date of disbursement of phase 2 subsidy, amount disbursed, amount in words, beneficiary bank account number, beneficiary IFSC code, bank name and branch name. Click on submit. At this step, the portal will automatically generate a release of subsidy document which will have details of all the beneficiary details such as beneficiary account number, and amount disbursed, etc. The CDVO may download this document and keep it for his or her own reference. This document will have details of the subsidy that has been released, such as beneficiary details, bank account details. It will also have the name of the CDVO, designation and date of disbursement. Once verified, the CDVO may click on Submit. Since we are not digitally signing documents, please select No here and click on Submit. The application has been processed by the CDVO and has been delivered to the citizen. The citizen will be notified of completion of application and he will be able to track the same by clicking on Login, enter his credentials, visit View Status of Application, track application status, filter the dates to filter our applications, select the application that he had applied for. We can see that the application has now been delivered.